Hi everybody, welcome to the 50th video on this channel. So this video is going to be a little bit different if you haven't already noticed. I wanted to take a bit of a break from gaming and share a little bit about myself and where the name crazycayo comes from. I guess one of the first things to know about me is I live in Canada, which the internet sometimes likes to paint as this weird, really friendly country filled with polar bears and igloos and maple syrup and hockey. In reality, I've only ever seen polar bears in zoos. I know they exist in the wild, I just don't live where they are. I've never seen an igloo up close in person. Maple syrup's okay, but it tastes kind of like weird coffee syrup to me, so it's not my favorite thing. I don't mind it in things, but I don't like it on its own. And hockey is not entertaining to me in the least. I'd much rather be watching something like F1 or English Premier League. So, I don't know, does that make me very un-Canadian? Maybe they'll kick me out of the country after this. Something else to note about Canada is we get snow, and a lot of snow, and it can be anywhere from 6 to 8 months of the year we're covered in snow. So, everyone out there who says, oh, I'd love to live somewhere where it snows, no you don't. Snow sucks. It sucks because it's usually cold when there's snow. We get minus 40 Celsius to minus 50 Celsius sometimes with the wind chill where I am now. Which it gets colder the further north you go, so I'm okay where I am, and I hate it because it's cold. Sometimes we get 4 and 5 foot snow drifts depending on the year. Other times you get 2 and 3 foot snow drifts, which are bad enough. Shoveling snow when it's minus 40 sucks, so snow sucks. So no one else tell me that snow's cool. I hate snow. Next up, I am a student at university currently. I'm in my last year, so I'm hoping to graduate this spring. That'd be amazing, and then I'll finally have my degree. And I am doing, right now, a general digital media degree, and then I want to go back to school, and I'm going to be specializing in digital architecture and landscapes, and then eventually, the dream is to get into the video game industry and start building environments. So buildings, landscapes, that kind of stuff. That is the end goal, hopefully. We'll see. Fingers crossed. University's been, I guess, a weird experience for me. I'm not the hugest social person, which you'll hear me talk about later. I don't go to really any campus events. I don't join clubs. I don't really do anything involved in the university life, so it's kind of a weird experience. It's more still like, I guess, high school for me, where I just show up, take my classes, go home, do YouTube, that kind of stuff. So it's a bit odd. I'm not, I guess, the best student in that regard, but it's been a really unique experience. I've met a lot of cool people. I've had a lot of cool experiences within my classes and stuff, so it's been good. I haven't actually minded it too much. So, video games have always kind of been present in my life. I mean, I grew up with an old Windows 98, like, giant box computer. So Freddy First was cool. Magic School Bus, they used to have a line of games. I don't know if they still do, but there was a space one and a dinosaur one. The dinosaur one was cool. The space one was impossible. I'll have to see if I can find it and play it for you guys, because that game is impossible. We never beat it. Pajama Sam. If you've ever played Pajama Sam, it is the best. I love Pajama Sam. They need to bring back Pajama Sam. That should be a thing. Bring back Pajama Sam. Computer gaming time, you got like an hour a day. Sometimes half an hour. Just do your homework, and then maybe you could have half an hour on the computer. We had dial-up internet. That sucked. When I got into junior high school, I started playing a few browser games. I got my first laptop. Games still came on CDs back then. You could even, for a while, the cereal companies would put free games in their cereal boxes. That was amazing. That's how I got a bunch of my games that I got. So that kind of led to high school, where I got my first gaming laptop, which was a really cool experience. I could actually run games without them lagging and glitching and quitting on me. So then I started getting into Skyrim. Was a big one for me. I didn't discover Assassin's Creed actually till I was in first year university. It was kind of just, I don't know, it was more just experiencing games as like a wild rush. And then I was also in high school taking digital media classes, so that's where I kind of started my Photoshop, video editing, 3D design, that kind of stuff, which is where I discovered that that might be a fun career to have. Because why not? It gives you the ability to build the world how you want to build it. And I guess that's the reason that I like gaming so much. is it gives you that ability to explore something that you'll either never get in this world or this day and age or in the future, or it gives you the opportunity to experience another time from our world or a place in our world that maybe you'll never get to. It just kind of lets you have that imagination and say, what if? And I think that's why I love the video game industry so much. It just lets you explore and I guess be yourself, and well, at the same time not be yourself, because you can create who you want to be in any sort of environment. So another thing, I hinted to it earlier, I'm not an incredibly social person. Right now, me talking to you on this camera is the most nerve-wracking thing I will do today. It's not something I like to admit, but I am not comfortable talking to people. I don't just go out there and like, oh, hi, how are you, blah, 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 blah. I don't do that. So for me, starting this channel has been a huge struggle because I've had to talk to people, and specifically to this little camera there that just sits there silently judging you. But at the same time, I feel like it's helped me a bit. This one's a bit uncomfortable because I'm not playing a game and it's not distracting me. Like, I can't be like staring at the screen for a bit and then they'll be like, oh yeah, you're still here. Talk to you. Just talking straight to you right now, I'm actually like, my hands are shaking. But at the same time, I feel a lot better about doing this now than I would have, say, a year ago. I feel like it's really actually helped me come out of my shell a bit, which is a wonderful feeling. You have no idea, unless you do, how hard this can be. And I guess that's something that I want to say is keep putting yourself out there, keep trying, even if it's talking to a camera and then putting it on YouTube. I mean, you're not talking directly to people, but just even the fact of becoming comfortable talking is a big thing, I think, for some people, and I think a lot of people don't realize how hard that can be, but it's really hard. Because of that, I wanted to say a big thank you for everyone who's been supporting me so far. You don't know how much it means to me to have people actually watching things that I do, liking things that I do. So yes, thank you for all the support. It means the world to me. As someone who doesn't get out there a lot, it's a real confidence booster to see that anyone would take their time of the day to listen to you. So thank you for that. Alright, enough rumbling about that. I guess the biggest thing that you've probably tuned in for is, where does the name crazycayo come from? So my name is not Kayo. My name is not Crazy, although most people in games seem to call me Crazy. Whenever I play an MMO and crazycayo is there, they're like, so what should we call you? And sometimes in voice chat it's like, are you Kayo? Are you Sayo? Are you Kayo? Are you crazy? And I'm like, well, I'm kind of crazy. So just call me that. So Kayo is actually the name of my horse. One of my horses. That's right, I have more than one. So I got Kayo growing up when I was 10 years old. She wasn't my first horse, she was actually my second horse, but she's kind of the horse that has had the biggest effect on my life. So horses have always been a huge part of my life. Growing up, we took riding lessons. My mom grew up around horses, so that kind of naturally shifted us towards growing up around horses, which was really cool. I mean, it's really amazing to be able to go out and work with horses. They're amazing animals. And just the effect that they've had on human beings over the centuries. So Kayo is a very unique horse to me because I've had her for 14 years now, which is longer than I haven't had her, which is scary to think about. So she turns 23 this year, which isn't old per se for a horse, but she's not young either. She's kind of like, I don't know, she'd be in like her 70s. Kayo is a very special horse to me because I've had her for so long, but also because she helped me get over a lot of my fear. So before I got Kayo, I'd been trying out a bunch of other horses, and I had a couple of really bad crashes, which almost made me scared of horses, which was scary in itself because they were such a big part of our lives that suddenly I was terrified of them. And Kayo helped me get over that because she's very, very kind. She doesn't try and scare you. She'll be the most patient creature on the planet. I have a lot of my friends come out who've never been around horses, and she'll just sit there all day and let them pet her. I don't have to worry about her doing anything stupid. She's very good at picking up how you're feeling, which is something that a lot of people notice with horses. So if you're scared, she just slows down automatically. She's like, okay, we'll take our time. And I think that really, really helped me build my confidence. Kind of like how this channel is helping me build my confidence in talking to people. She helped me get my confidence back around horses and around riding. The main problem was, though, one of those accidents I had screwed up one of my legs really, really bad. So riding actually really, really hurts. I did it for quite a few years. There was a lot of Tylenol and stuff involved. But eventually she started getting older, and I just got to a level where it's like, well, if I want to go any higher, it's gonna hurt a lot, and I don't know if I want to do that. So we actually switched sports. So there's a lot of things you can do with horses besides riding. And what we decided on, and something I'd always wanted to do but never had the opportunity to do, was driving. So one of my great friends came over, and we spent a year doing all the groundwork for that, and then eventually hooked up Kayo to a cart, and we haven't looked back since. So it's been amazing. It's one of those weird skills where you're like, oh, I'll never use this, or why would I bother doing this? But it's really, really cool. So now one of my biggest pet peeves is driving in games, which you will see in the future. Or even just any horses in games. Horses bother me a lot in video games. I haven't had the opportunity to really show you that yet, but you will see whenever I get around horses how much it bothers me. Mostly because I know what they're supposed to look like and what they're supposed to do. But anyways, enough of that. So we now compete during the summers in a sport called combined driving. And it's a really weird sport because most of the people that I compete against are over 60. We have some people that are over 80 who compete. So it's really kind of weird because when I go to a show, I'm usually the youngest person there. But it's at the same time really, really cool because you have all these really, really old people that really know what they're doing. They're always happy to help you. And it's just this weird community that I've kind of been absorbed into, and they like me because I'm young, and they're like, oh, she can take the reins, blah, 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 right? So it's a lot of fun. And that's why also this summer was a bit lacking in videos, is because between working full-time, showing horses, working with horses, and not having high-speed internet, it made life horribly busy. So again, sorry for all of that this summer. But I do have some really cool videos and photos of me showing this summer that I'm gonna hopefully have up for you guys in a little bit, so you can see that and see what I'm up to in the summers. But anyways, I've been talking for far too long at this point, probably. Many of you have probably wandered off and done something else with your lives. I don't blame you. Who wants to listen to me talk all day? So if you want to know anything else about me, feel free to ask in the comments below. If you want to know anything about Kayo, ask in the comments below. Anything else. But I really, really want to say thank you for all of the support that you guys have given me. It doesn't seem like much, like I only have 5 subscribers at this point. Don't have a ton of video views, but you have no idea how much that means to me. Just that little inkling of, oh, someone's there. Someone watched this, even if it was for 37 seconds. Someone watched it, right? It means a lot to me. So thank you so much, and thank you for bearing with me as I get hopefully better at this. I'm trying, and it's getting easier for me, so thank you so much. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you again for watching this. Stay warm, stay safe. Might start snowing here any day now. I will let you know, and then I'll be really grumpy about it. Yeah, so thank you so much. Goodbye.